What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Chop Sports Daily, coming to you live from the Flipping Made Easy studio in Matawan, New Jersey. Your hosts, of course, Sturch and Gooch, produced, of course, by Dina. And, of course, we also have A4 in the house. That is Anthony, our intern, working vigorously over there to just get us to the next level. So keep doing your thing, Ant. Pay no attention to the show. I find it very adoring when he asked sports questions. Like today, he's doing the Mets thing. He was promoting the Mets podcast, which is on the network. And he's like, IF. What is IF in baseball? And I'm like, infielder. You know, and it's not like he's not sports savvy. The kid knows everything. But, you know, it's good to learn. And I think that's part of your internship, right? Like you get to go back to school and be like, I learned sports.
Honestly, though, IF, I don't use IF. I think I use INF maybe. Would you have known that? INF.
I definitely wouldn't have known that.
All right, so same thing. Same
Doesn't
thing.
matter.
So adorable.
Adorable. Anyway, first and foremost, if you guys are watching this video at any point, please like the video, subscribe to the network. We got 691 followers and subscribers on the YouTube channel. You got to get to 1,000 for us to get to the next level. So help us out with that. Like the video. We got a fun show, jam-packed today. Lots of headlines. Anytime we leave the day before, we're like, oh, great. What are we going to talk about? But then, like, give it 10 hours. And it's just like, bing, bing, bing. There's just like a million things that pop up. And, of course, shout out to Cousin Vinny, who brought up something very, very, very good in the Chop Sports Facebook group, in which we'll talk about it today. And if by the YouTube, what do you call it? The thumbnail.
You kind of get the idea.
You got the idea where we're going with it. But first and foremost, so we said YouTube already. We got that plug out the way. Also, if you want to support Chop Sports, please do so by going over to patreon.com/Chop Sports to help us out there. We really appreciate that. We have guys coming in the chat already. Carl, that's Mr. Gucci, right? That is old man Gucci right there. The old man is in the house. Also, Sam Grasso in there. Mark from Canada. He's also joining us.
Canada, eh?
Canada, eh?
Good morning,
So
Mark.
good morning to him as well. And of course, guys, I will start off by saying, as we do this practice run, and the official live read will happen next week, coming and arriving tomorrow is our Performance Package 4.0 from Manscaped. That's right, manscaped.com. Go over there, use the promo code CHOPSPORTS. You're going to get 20% off. 20. That is not like, that's not 10. That's not 5. That's not 3. That's 20% off of any of the products that they offer there. And of course, we're going to get the samples in tomorrow, so hopefully we'll get to use them live on the show.
I wanted to correct myself yesterday. It may still nick your balls, but it reduces the risk of nicks,
yes,
and cuts. So
yes,
that's
but
just to clarify.
I mean, take care of your boys. You know, like don't go. You know,
can't
like
go in there guns blazing.
Yeah, seriously, just take care of them. Like go slowly, and we're gonna actually, you know, what we're gonna do? We're gonna do a live demonstration tomorrow on the show. Just like, Dina's like, wait, what? No, hold on. No, that's not allowed. You're going to get flagged a little bit. But also, besides Manscaped, so manscaped.com, 20% off Chop Sports at checkout. I really, really appreciate that as well. Bailey coming in. Oi, oi. What up, brother? Or is it AA? No, it's oi, oi.
Oi, oi.
Oi, oi. And then, of course, Ash is in there as well. Also, we're about to hit 100 members in the Dat Chat already. So that's growing rapidly. We're now one of the featured channels on Dat Chat. Go download the app. Go join us over there. We're trying to shift a lot of our stuff over there. But again, with that comes, you know, the kinks of social media. I've gotten hit up by 17 bots, all with the most fantastic bodies you've ever seen, and they're not real people. Well, you know what? I shouldn't say that. They're definitely real people. It's just the people that were behind them are not real people. So
yeah.
I will not answer you. So when you say hello, handsome, I mean, thank you, but I'm not going to talk to you. Okay, I'm sorry.
I just don't even look at the DMs anymore.
Oh, that's great. It's for like it is rewarding, I guess. If somebody's like hello, handsome, they could have just been like, hey, you know. But hello, handsome. I was like, oh, all right, what's up? But I don't say anything because I know you are probably a Nigerian scammer who are coming after all of my credit card accounts. So that takes care of all of that. But Gooch, bro, remember what you were doing a year ago today? You know what you were doing?
Yeah.
Yeah. What were you doing?
Filling out paperwork.
Yeah.
for an LLC.
Yes, we were
became a
approved for the
business last year.
LLC 1 year ago today. Chop Sports is officially 1 year old today, officially as a business, that is. We know that Gooch started the Facebook group prior, and then we moved in here a little prior, but then we got everything settled and signed and delivered, and we, popped bottles a year ago today. So a lot has happened in a year, man. How many interns? I did like four. Anthony's
I
a
guess you
fourth.
could count Anthony, the
Yeah.
first one.
Yeah, of
Pete.
course. He was helping out. So
AJ.
5-6 guys coming in and out of here. We've also gotten help from, obviously, Dina, who just came on board not too long ago. Also, Steve, our website guy. Go check out his website because Steve Aspara, by the way. Find him on Facebook, on Instagram, on all the social media platforms. He built the chopsportsmedia.com website. So that happened in July. The NIL thing happened in July. All the sports that we did the opening party. There's been a lot of cool things. So I think a lot of cool
Year
times
2 will be
ahead.
much better, I
Yeah.
think, because
Yeah.
we'll have a lot more time to dedicate towards events and things like that, which last year we wanted to do a golf outing and we realized like right away, wow, that's a way bigger. We need like an actual event planner on our staff before we could start doing golf outings.
Yeah,
that's a
one
big
that will
deal.
stick around and help us out and not get mad at anybody. But yeah, I would definitely suggest somebody coming in here helping us out. So let's do that. But yeah, so happy 1 year, happy birthday, Chop Sports. All right. So first, before we get into anything in the headlines, I have to commend and disgust 2 teams. One, commend Rutgers Basketball. Another massive win last night. It's like a foregone conclusion. They're going to be in the tournament, and it's going to be an exciting time in New Jersey, right? I mean, that's not too much of a far-fetched take, right? They're beating ranked teams.
They're beating good teams.
Yeah.
The problem is they don't beat bad teams, or they at least have it. They have some bad, as many good wins as they have almost an equal amount of bad losses. But when you win games inside the Big Ten, tough games, top 15 ranked opponents, that carries a lot of weight come tournament time. And we'll see how they do in the Big East the Big Ten tournament. But I would imagine that just the way they've been playing against these teams, that they might have a decent showing there as well. Probably one and done in the tournament though, because they'll open up with like a rather shit team and then get beat. That's my
Which
prediction.
tournament are you talking about?
The
NCAA tournament?
Yeah.
I'm kind of curious. Like, do they have? I mean, now that they're beating the teams in the Big Ten,
Actually, they're going to be a low seed. They'll actually play.
No,
a good team
hear
in
me
the
out.
First round.
Can they win the Big Ten tournament? No.
Too many games in a row. There's too many good teams. I mean,
I guess I'm just being optimistic. But
No, I don't think so. Plus, I think that they're dealing with some injuries with Harper now.
yeah,
Yeah, I'm not positive. I just read that in the thread yesterday. So
they're
I'm not
still
sure.
on the
That's-
bubble. Well, yeah, of course. Yeah, but
Yeah.
Rutgers doesn't deserve to be on the bubble. I don't know that.
I don't
guess that
know.
was-
I don't
is
know.
that
Like that's
sarcastic, or-
I
Scoop.
think that
Scoop
means
is like
they're meant to be
Scoop.
in.
One of those deprecating fans where he just thinks
He's
all
like
his
the
teams
Jimmy
suck. I'm
Palumbo
not
of
even
the
sure if
Knicks.
he's an actual Rutgers fan.
I
Like
think
maybe
I think he's alum. If I'm not mistaken.
I don't know. But if
I don't
he's a Rutgers fan, then he should be a little more optimistic about their chances, because you look at their wins, they have some really good ones. I think they'll get in.
Kyle's coming in saying, I think Rutgers will need at least 2 or 3 wins in the Big Ten tournament to get into the tournament. That's
Wow, this is odd. Kyle and Scoop agree on something.
Uh-oh,
It's a
heads up. Everybody calm
wild
down.
scene here.
When you lose to Lafayette, DePaul, and UMass, you're a bubble team. Scoop is doing the sky. Scoop is definitely a sky is falling fan, according to cousin Vinny. Listen, I'm kind of the same way with all my teams. Like when they're riding high, you're great, but when they're low, like I don't know, i.e. the New York Knickerbockers, they suck. I cannot get over the fact, like 28-point lead, like you lost to nobody. Brooklyn trotted out nobody on the court last night, and you blow that lead.
Yeah, I didn't get to see the second half because there
You
was
didn't
no
miss
point.
much
There was
other
no
than the
point
fact
in
that the
watching
Knicks
it,
suck.
and you have a 28-point lead. You'd figure that game is over. I
Right.
don't know how. It's like all time. I wouldn't say all time bad, but it's just one of the worst moments of the season for the Knicks, if not the worst.
It's
moment of the
definitely
season.
it's a low.
Those
It's
are
a low.
stacking up.
low thing. Anthony Grasso coming in saying NIT for the Scarlet Knights. Oh, come on. I mean, that's NIT tournament. Is there a more pointless tournament in the history of tournaments than the National Invitational Tournament? Honestly, what is the point?
Yeah, there is no.
There's
point.
nothing. You're not
I mean,
winning
giving
anything.
giving the guys extra games to play and things like that, but
Just
really,
go
at
home.
this
That's
point,
it. You
it's
lost.
over.
It's over. Go back. Go bye-bye. You know, it's like a participation award. You know, it's like, get rid of it. Goodbye.
I mean, you could say the same thing about the Pinstripe Bowl and all these other.
Yeah, no,
bullshit
listen,
bowl
I
games. It's
don't
the
get me
same-
started
same
on the
exact
amount
thing.
of bowls that are in this thing. You're welcome for the Blazers bet. Yes. He put his career at Chop Sports on the line yesterday. He bet the Blazers plus 11, I believe it was, and they won outright. That's the second time that's happened this week. So Scoop is like 10 of his last 11 bets. He's a little bit of a burner, and he gives them away his picks in the group chat, so he doesn't make it public. So hopefully tonight on the cross court cast recording, you can give out some plays over the weekend. I don't know, whatever you want to do. Just go, make them public. Give yourself some credit for what you're doing. 10 out of 11 or whatever the hell's the record is pretty admirable. But I did see, and I'm glad that Kyle is actually commenting here. That just goes to show you that he's out of jail. According to his Twitter last night, after Utah blew their lead, he knocked up a 7-Eleven and completely just raised hell, was arrested, released on bail, and here we are. Kyle is in the chat. So obviously either things are okay or he's paid off the guards to have his phone.
It's that bail reform in New Jersey. You don't have to worry. You just get let out no matter what.
All right. But so that's Kyle. Vinny coming in. We'll be chatting about this tonight and our current ranked wins to outweigh early season losses at full strength. Kyle, is your cat okay? Yeah, I remember he also did threaten his cat in that same tweet, which that rubbed me the wrong way. I've had a rough week with my little fur baby.
Rubbed me the wrong way too. That's my cat.
That's your cat, right? So everybody, calm down with the feline hatred over here. Yeah, backbreaking was that Jazz game, but it is unfortunate. That comes with the world of betting, and I don't know what Kyle did as a unit or as a team last night, but they did go live on YouTube. I didn't get a chance to grab that, but sometimes Kyle, the Chonk King, AJ will get out there and Toast from Alaska will join forces and put on a live show at 6:00 on Kyle's YouTube channel, which you can find on this channel underneath us. There's his face. He's kind of doing the motorboat face. He's like, I don't know what he's doing, but that's what he's doing. But that's Kyle's channel.
Trying to make you see the light.
Zoom in, laser focus.
Tunnel vision.
Tunnel vision. Tunnel vision. I like that. All right, so let's get to the most heartbreaking news of yesterday. Yeah, there it is, folks. I mean, it's unfortunate.
Is it?
Not everything lasts forever. Aaron Rodgers and Shailene Woodley call off their engagement. Guys, I'm here to tell you that I don't give 1 ounce of a shit about this, but I will say this.
I do.
It looks like Aaron Rodgers still in search of that second ring.
Wow. Well,
damn.
That wasn't even. I mean, I guess if you want to, you were saying that you were trying to get off the dadisms and things like that. That just sold it. Like you drove it home with that
agree?
100%. That was a dad joke.
The knee slapper though.
Yeah,
I didn't slap the knee. I slapped the chair.
I
whatever.
Chair slapper
chair.
accompanied with the dad joke. It's like now you just gotta, you have to officially admit.
Chris Payne coming in saying, "I wonder if it had anything to do with the toe." Could be.
No,
I mean, you want to show your feet on national TV?
I'm
That's
pretty
very
I'm
risky.
pretty sure, without getting political at all, because I'm not. She was like far left, and Aaron Rodgers says politics are a sham. She got arrested at that pipeline. So right away,
She got arrested?
Yeah, that whole
For
pipeline
protesting.
shutdown. She was protesting. This was a couple years back. So she's like far left. He's basically doesn't really care about politics, but is anointed.
Neither does Joe Rogan.
anointed
But everybody gets anointed the
You
right.
get anointed the savior by the right. But really, I mean, I guess we could put down all these rumors about Aaron Rodgers going to the Broncos because Shailene Woodley lives in Boulder. You got Terrell Davis coming out and saying, like, by free agency, Aaron Rodgers will be a Bronco. I'm not sure who his inside source is, but according to me, Aaron Rodgers will be playing quarterback for the Packers next year. We all talked about it. We all know
about that?
Yeah, I'm 99%.
There's no other NFL players out there that are telling you different.
Oh, well, Terrell Davis, and that's about it, right? So is there somebody else that I'm missing?
No, I'm kidding.
No, but it's a good thing. Aaron Rodgers does better when he's single.
And now maybe he'll cut his hair.
For us.
Do you know, I believe, if I heard this correctly on the way in today, that the way they met, they were like linked together. They were like, oh, this spirit is like with this spirit, and they're like, these two spirits will be good together. It was like
I don't know where you heard that. I'm pretty sure it was some backdoor shady shit going on with like a Danica Patrick meeting, and like they were friends.
First of all, Olivia Munn was his hottest girl that he's had.
They
so
met,
he should have
and
never
then,
let her
and
go.
then he left Danica Patrick basically for Shailene Woodley, even though like there was a friend that like
any relation to
the whole
Tyrone?
thing. Yeah.
Can't you see it?
Yeah, I know. The resemblance is uncanny. It's just ridiculous. But yeah, shout out to Aaron Rodgers. I'm so sorry, man. I'm sure you're heartbroken.
Her reasons were she felt neglected. And he cared about football too much.
I felt neglected from the months of August to January. Oh, sorry, lady.
You know, like Ashley probably feels neglected because of Chop Sports and like my job. And this guy's the quarterback making $50 million a year, and you feel neglected.
Don't
Listen,
release your
He only has to
salary
work
here,
6
okay?
months a year. He didn't even go to practice all summer. I
Right.
want to
He-
hear it.
He was on vacation
All your
with
fault. All your fault.
her. With her. He was on that vacation. He was the sabbatical or whatever the hell he went on. He was out there with her. So instead of warming up for the season, getting ready, because, you know, obviously that affected his play, he only won the MVP without any practice, which is like mind-numbing to me. But yeah, man, I mean, look, sorry.
You see
She
guys
does-
like
Do you think
dating.
she left him because he's not retiring?
No,
Like, did you think
well,
that-
that's a good possibility.
Wow.
And because he doesn't want to go to Denver. But I mean, that's actually a decent possibility.
It's a very
but,
good point, dude.
Thank you.
I wish
She's
that
got
she
some
would.
sometimes.
I wish she would say that so we all know. You know, be like, oh,
Yeah, she didn't like the fact that I was playing football, and then I told her I was coming back for one more year, and then she left. So I get you definitely can see that. I can see that.
He wouldn't demand his trade to the Broncos like she expected him to
Mm.
because he's not no simp.
Mm.
All right, well, Aaron, goodbye. Speaking of celebrations, like calling off engagements, we're talking about the Rams and their I get their celebration.
This is all.
Their
This is
Super
the only
Bowl
two
party.
fans that were there. I searched Rams Super Bowl party parade, and that's the only fans that showed up to the entire thing.
That
It's
was so
unbelievable. Oh, wait,
embarrassing.
there was one
bro.
other girl there, but I'm pretty sure she's incapacitated for a while.
Barstool put out this video of Matt Stafford literally watching this reporter, and this is not knocking down this reporter. She knocked herself down. God damn, I'm on a roll today. No, but for real. She was trying to take a picture of Stafford and his wife.
That's two chair slaps.
I know.
in a row, bro.
The chair is just available right here. It's right here. But yeah, so she was trying to take a picture of Stafford and his wife. She falls. She falls right off the ledge, like right off the stage. And like Stafford did one of these, like he was like,
He gave his best.
just like
He went from Matthew to Frat Stafford
Frat
all
Matt,
over again.
yeah,
He just brought back the old school Matt Stafford ways because he
Which,
was
by the
the-
way, go check out some of those pictures of
Yeah.
frat boy Matt Stafford. It's hilarious.
Just
Frat,
frat.
yeah, Anthony Grasso's saying right now she fractured her spine, bro.
Well, that's
buy
not
it.
funny.
Not fun. I mean, that's why I'm trying not to make light of it.
It's not
But
funny.
The history is
You know that? It's not funny. Blood. Anybody?
bro, it's the video
You
you
showed
showed
me.
me.
You recently,
showed me,
yeah.
yeah. But
It's not funny. Blood.
but anyway, so yeah, the girl gets hurt pretty severely, I guess. Well, here we go. Kyle coming in. I think Los Angeles is the only NFL city that would have been more pumped about the NCAA national championship. They love USC out there. They don't even know who the Rams are.
They won it for OJ, I guess, right? USC, LA Rams. That's
Yeah,
the O.J.
probably for the
Simpson
juice,
vibe,
honestly.
big time.
Name
My-
that quote.
Oh, my back is broken, spinal. You mean vertebrae or? Nah,
No, I'm not so
broken.
sure. I think that she might be chasing clout and some pity on this one because it happened.
the most
it
embarrassing
happened
video
30 It was
out
like
there?
30 minutes later, and she's like, that's me. I broke my spine. Now that the last thing I'm doing is tweeting out that I broke my spine 30 minutes after I broke my spine. I'm probably maybe even
She's in one of
Getting
those.
X-rays?
She's in one of those like casts where she can't do anything except tweet. Then she's out there like,
If
it's a
you're-
jump to conclusions, Matt. No, anybody?
If you're gonna fall like that, then you
have
better
your
break
fun, guys.
something.
Haha.
Have your fun. My back is broken. Okay, well, I'm sorry to hear that, lady. Next time, just watch where you're walking. I don't know. It's a friggin' stage. It's not like you're walking on asphalt. You're walking on. You're trying to tiptoe around to get
there
your
was-
paparazzi photos.
And Matthew
Relax.
Stafford, that was probably his best move of the entire season right there.
I
Was
mean,
just-
look, Stafford's a G after that. Hawaii Mike, doctor said I need a backiotomy. Perfect. I want to talk to Samson.
it's hard being black again.
Doctor, what's wrong with me? He said you have a broken back, Mike. Legendary interview. Speaking of legendary or moments in time, I'll get into it later with the Matt Harvey thing, but we rewatched and introduced Anthony to the our asses in the jackpot Terry Collins ejection last year, which is one of the greatest ejection. Not last year, whenever the hell.
You gotta give us a
You
shot.
gotta give us a shot. Hey, situation, Terry. Terry, come on, Terry. Oh my God, it's so good. Legendary stuff. Slept with my mama. I know. That's such a great movie, man. Oh my God. Actually, you know what's funny about that movie? Side note. My mom took me and my brother to see that movie at the age of like 11, whenever it came out. We were not aware. We saw the preview and we were not aware what it was actually about. My mom took us out of that movie. She was like, this is no good. It's about illegal marijuana at the time.
Hey, girl, you hungry?
Yeah. So, kill. I've been saying kill forever. Anyway, going on. What am I moving on? Oh, the Rams. Well, no, hold on. Go back to the Rams for a second. I will say this: all their players, litty, like gone. Like Aaron Donald, it's gonna take a lot to drink that tank. You know what I mean? Like that dude is huge. First of all, out there with his shirt off. And listen, it's kind of similar to what I look like when I take my shirt off. But listen, no, who's counting, right? But then there was the one that was really, really gonzo. Who was it? Oh my God. The defensive coordinator, Raheem Morris for the Rams. Did you hear what he said?
No.
So he's got his kid in his left arm, right? His little baby, or either baby or young kid. I don't know, whatever, however old he's able to hold him or her. I don't even know. Doesn't matter. He goes, LA Rams, where you at, you fans? Stand the fuck up. Just yelled it twice in front of his kid.
God.
And like he was like seriously like, where are you guys? Like
right.
Imagine it was just like
hello?
all
Is anybody
49er
here?
fans, all
Check out
49er
our
fans
new
at the
bot,
Rams parade.
guys.
Where's the new bot? Where's the new one?
We got a spam bot that wants
No.
online strips
Ooh,
without
Love Face
clothing.
XYZ
All right.
strips without clothing. They must have heard
The ball sack trimmer.
no, they must have heard me saying something about my shirt off, maybe.
Oh.
Wow, it's so cool how they come in there really quick. Oh, you blocked them?
I did.
Yeah, you
Wow,
got-
that was
you
great.
got-
I didn't know you could do that.
gotta make it
Wow, that's a
happen.
powerful tool, by the way.
Yes.
That's a
Yeah.
very powerful tool.
Did you
Bye-bye,
see
bye.
Sean McVay like sneakily ask the reporter on stage to ask Aaron Donald to come run it back? And Aaron Donald was like, yeah, run it back.
run
you know,
it back.
gonna cost
Okay.
you 28 mil, not 14. Hello.
Someone tell Scoop to sign out of his burner account and stop sending us porno. Yeah, seriously. Get out of here. Go ahead. Anyway, wait, some guy who
Yeah,
graduated
he was an
Colonia.
equipment guy.
Yeah,
for the
Colonia guy
Rams.
want a ring?
He was having L, but
We didn't bring it up on this, but Justin Hines from Woodbridge High School just got hired by the Bears. He graduated 2 years after me at Woodbridge, and he's a assistant defensive line coach. So shout out to him. We got a lot of traction on the Chop Sports Facebook group and all of our social medias. So congratulations, Barron's representation.
also
in the
the
NFL.
Bears suck. So
The Bears do suck, and
Not
maybe
really.
he can help.
terrible job.
Assistant
But
equipment
congrats.
manager from Avenel. That's hilarious. All right, what's next?
Cowboys.
Do we have to?
Yeah.
Okay, so this broke during the show yesterday, and we got some more details as the time went on and the afternoon went on. This kind of story, as a father of a daughter, it really does rub me the wrong way. It makes me very angry. It makes me. I literally last night I sat there at the dining room table and I said out loud, I hate this fucking team. Like I hate this team. Like I love them. I love the football. Right? I know it sounds like I love football, but like I love the act and the sport of football. I love the squad that I root for. However, their front office is a goddamn shit show, and it's been this way for years. Jerry Jones, when he bought this team, you knew right away that he was going to spend the money, shake things up. And for a while in the early 90s, he was doing good things. He was bringing Pepsi instead of Coke. He was bringing Reebok instead of Nike. He was doing all these, hey, I think it's okay if we have more than one sponsor, right? Like, and he made $1 trillion, right?
Yeah, but
With
now
that,
he had to pay 2.4 of that trillion.
yeah. So with that
To
comes
this-
a,
to the
cheerleaders
cheerleaders.
$2.4 million hit off of the
voyeurism scandal because he had to
of
pay
Rich
It's
screw his last name.
Dalrymple.
Dalrymple. Fine. I don't even care at this point. Apparently he had some footage of the cheerleaders in the locker room after a luncheon, like a kickoff season luncheon, which I've watched plenty of times. Not the camera in the locker room, the luncheon itself. But that he did some wrongdoings there. And then during the 2015 NFL draft, what's been being reported is that he took upskirt photos of Charlotte Jones. Charlotte Jones is Jerry's daughter. So my thing is this: if Jerry, and I'm not saying he did, and I'm not saying he didn't because I don't know, if he had any inkling of this and let him stick around for 7 more years,
Well,
sell the team and get your ass out of Dodge
Well-
because you're no better than Daniel Snyder.
when did
That's
they
if he
when
knew.
did they settle?
2015.
They settled.
That's what I was told or
Or
read.
was this like from when the accusations were made and they
Or unless they settled now.
They settled now because then I guess maybe
There's a lot
maybe
of
he
stuff-
when did this guy retire?
5 days ago.
Oh yeah, so they knew, and Jerry Jones paid it because it's in the headline. It says Cowboys pay. It's
Yeah, he definitely
not
paid the money.
Dalrymple didn't pay. The Cowboys paid money to keep this
Each cheerleader got like $400,000
out of civil court, and they got a settlement. So I wonder if Charlotte Jones got any of that $400,000.
Dude, I don't know what's gonna happen, but Jerry Jones is under fire. This comes after a week of
Nothing's gonna happen
not
to him. What happened to him already happened. He had to pay $2.4 million. Look at Washington; they don't have anything coming their way, and it's a lot crazier what's happening in Washington. At least as of now, we don't know what's going to come out in Dallas. But
I mean, look, and this is what happened yesterday. So I was told when it happened, right? Like there was an upskirt. Apparently, during the NFL draft in 2015, all the NFL teams have like a war room that you get to like live look in, right?
Yeah,
the Cowboys streamed it to their YouTube the entire time. So there are people right now commenting on the YouTube. There's somebody that was barking, like, guys, who is not seeing this? Like, Rich is taking upskirt photos right now of Charlotte Jones. Like, why don't you guys see this? And nothing came of that. And I'm just like, okay. So I decided to go and look up some stuff. So what I found the hidden tape footage. Now, these hidden tape footage are labeled just that. They're not actually hidden tapes. They're like secret calls to when Jerry calls Byron Jones and says, you're going to be a Dallas Cowboy, and like everybody gets excited. They slap hands, they high five. This is all going down in the war room. I saw what I saw. In the corner of the room, Rich is sitting there. Charlotte is in front of him. He has his phone out, which is clearly an iPhone, and the camera is open. And the reason why I know the camera was open is because that little white button that you hit to take a picture was clear as day, right? So I put out a tweet yesterday, and it got some backlash. But then I was kind of not summoned, but like told, like, hey, listen, if you're wrong on this, they're gonna crush you. So I took it down, right? And I don't typically like to do that because I was right about Washington. We were right about the Commanders. Like when I know something and I feel like something deep in my core, I'm gonna say it, right? And that's what gives us. That's the beauty of Chop Sports. We don't have bosses. We are the bosses, right? So like we get to do whatever we want, say whatever we want, and not worry about any kind of repercussions, unless it's a defamation suit where we literally say something about somebody and it's completely not right and we can get sued, right? I'm just mad at the situation. The fact that I wasn't able to just kind of state the obvious, and I don't know what's going to happen now, right? But I'm just kind of getting tired.
I don't think anything is going to happen.
I'm just getting tired of these guys being in the media, in the news every year, no matter what.
Yeah, it is definitely a shitty situation, but I don't think that there's going to be any backlash further than the 2.4 million, other than public shame. And also 2015. I'm not sure when the whole Me Too movement started, but things were different. And I know that's 7 years ago. It's not necessarily for the better. Things were different. So, paying off somebody to cover up a scandal, that was pretty much par for the course then. And nowadays things don't work that way.
No,
it's just
because things get out quick.
Changed. The whole Harvey Weinstein, Bill Cosby, those days changed a lot of things, and rightfully so. I'm not sitting here saying like you shouldn't be taking pictures and videos of females
when they don't know,
unbeknownst to them. That's
right.
just that
if they're into it. They're into it.
To me, that's jail time. To me, that's jail time, and I'm not going to get fully into it.
Like I said, it's just a shitty situation to be a Cowboys fan right now because the offseason is about 4 days old officially, and you got McCarthy news and you got this shit. 4 days. My coworker, my co-host on First and 10 podcast on the Blogging the Boys podcast network, Aiden, said one of his highest priorities for the Dallas Cowboys to take care of this offseason is to stay out of the headlines.
Yeah.
4 days in, and we got two big bombshells. Jerry Jones is it's unfortunate that he's like this. And a lot of people have said this. I don't stand by it, but the Cowboys won't be successful again until he's gone. And that's, as morbid as that sounds,
well,
I don't even know if his son could do any better.
So like
this is what CM Punk said about
the Joneses aren't going anywhere.
Shane was going to be there.
The Joneses aren't going anywhere.
It's a family business.
Get used to it.
Right. So I may never see a Super Bowl again. In any event, let's before we move on to the next topic, and that's fine, you can leave that whatever, it doesn't matter. I do want to promote Lilac and Sage Boutique. You got to go check these guys out. It's a veteran-owned business. It's some good news after all. Instead of sitting there harping on the Dallas Cowboys, go check out Lilac and Lilac Boutique, LilacSageBoutique.com to check out their entire lineup. I know there's people buying things left and right, and it's really awesome that it's a veteran-owned business. relatively inexpensive clothing, Dina, right? I mean, you've
Yeah.
checked out the catalog multiple times.
Yeah.
You also signed up for their newsletter, so now you're not missing anything. Every time there's something new, bang, you get an email, and bang, you order it. So
Most likely,
you
yeah.
have no restraint, and there's something wrong with you. But
I do have a shopping problem.
go support those guys, a veteran-owned small business out of North Carolina. Will and his wife, they're great people. So do that for me right now. And also like this video. So if you're watching this video and you're enjoying what you're seeing, because the good stuff is coming up, I promise. Do that, like the video, subscribe to the channel, do all that, the good stuff that we need y'all to do to grow. We move into MLB because obviously we've been talking about this at length for a while. Gooch gave you a great breakdown yesterday, the timeline. Today is another big day in the negotiations. The players are going to be able to pitch their idea, their final, not final. That'd be great if it was
well,
final.
it's crazy that the players got to go first again because the players went first last time and the owners never gave their counter proposal. So, we'll see. At least they're meeting because they must have watched the show yesterday because we were wondering where the urgency was. And then just 24 hours later, here we go.
Yeah.
So, hopefully there's more positive news coming out of this after today, and we could kind of talk a little bit more about it tomorrow. But as of now, that's all we know is that they're meeting today. Hopefully we could get some of these issues resolved.
Speaking of an issue not being resolved, somebody decided to leave a whole shit ton of money on the table, and that's Juan Soto. The reports coming out yesterday that Juan Soto rejected a 13-year, $350 million contract.
Yeah.
First of all, shame on you,
Well,
Juan.
we'll talk about it.
I'll talk about it right now because look, to me, what if, God forbid, what if he winds up like the guy from The Sandlot, right? He said he took an inside fastball and pow, lights went out, right? Like something can happen to this guy right now with no extension, right? They just offered you the world for 13 years, which would put him at what?
Well,
how old? 36?
34. He's
Fine.
like 21 years old.
And then
But
you could
look,
probably grab another 5-year deal
look,
after that.
honestly, that's a low offer for a 13-year offer, I think, for a guy with that talent. And I'm not saying it's like they tried to rope him in with the guaranteed big number of 350 million. But
If you spread that,
if you spread that out over 13 years, first of all, he never gets to test the market ever at any point in his career because you're not going to test the free agency market at 34.
right?
I'm sure there would be maybe opt-out clauses at some point or another. And if there wasn't, that would be a guaranteed reason why I wouldn't accept that contract. Let's see when he's done with arbitration, because he'll probably clear about 60 to 75 million in arbitration over the next 4 years, right? And I'm pretty sure that he's under team control for 3 or 4 more years. Then he gets to hit free agency at 25, 26 years old, gets a 10-year deal worth the exact same money.
But are you risking it for the next couple years?
Am
That's
I
my problem.
risking it? Possibly not. But at the same time, they might come back as soon as these negotiations end and give him a 13-year, $400 million deal, because I do believe 350 is a big number, and that's what everyone's looking at. But that could look like a shitty contract come 2028, 2026. You get what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, no, I understand.
Things tend to trend in the
these
upward
don't-
direction there.
When it's like this, they don't necessarily like backload it. You know what I mean? It's like an average per year. You get it per year. There's no signing bonuses really in Major League
it's
Baseball. I don't see those, at least. They're not really broadcast.
Every contract is different in every sport, and
Yeah.
every player. So we have no idea
You
the
know
language. We have no idea the language in it. I would have to look at it to see, but there's probably some things that were definitely leaning towards team friendly towards the back end of that deal. And when a guy and also it's a lot to commit to 13 years to one organization. I know the Nationals seem to be committed to winning because they are constantly going after the best pitchers. They always have good young talent. They draft well, and they're wanting to lock him up for an extended period. But I don't know that I'm willing to like guarantee myself being here for 13 years. He might have other wishes in his.
What's crazy though? 13 years, 300
or warm.
$350 million. I was talking to Anthony yesterday when I think he was, what contract were we talking about? You were talking about something first, and you're like, oh, Ndamukong Suh or one of those contracts. We were talking about something.
Yeah.
And then he told me, Aaron Donald, maybe he told me, ready for this? What was the highest paid hockey player right now? The best player in the world.
Player in the world only gets paid $12 million per year.
12.
Wow.
12, bro.
I mean,
And that's the most violent sport out there.
yeah, but it's about revenue. How much revenue?
I know,
is
the NHL marketing sucks.
generating?
No,
It's-
that's a given. But like,
Yeah.
I'm just talking about it in general. It's crazy to think.
Yeah, and what do you think the best heart surgeon makes a year? You know, it's like we could sit here and
No, I
be
know,
like,
but I'm just saying it's really crazy when you break it down. When these guys are making quarterbacks out there making $40 million a year, a la Dak Prescott.
Yeah, Taysom Hill makes what if you combined what the entire WNBA makes in the season, Taysom Hill makes that in a year.
Speaking of that, I think I saw a tweet from Kyle saying that he wants to start doing WNBA picks, in which I responded and deleted because I figured I was going to get the mob after me. I was like, I didn't know there was still a league. I didn't.
No, they
No
just
one
had free
watches it.
agency.
I know. I knew there was a league, and I just nobody gets behind it. Just like nobody gets behind the NHL. ESPN is pick and choose. The NFL is their juggernaut, right? The NBA makes them a ton of money. Baseball even I feel like kind of falls to the wayside of ESPN. You know, it's just weird how they don't. I don't know, man. If I had the team and I had the money that these guys do from Disney, I would push everything to the world. Like, just hey, look, the WNBA is the greatest shit you've ever watched in your life.
My nose is bleeding.
Is it?
No.
Oh, wow. Good segue. So good baseball news to bad baseball news. You can hear more about this probably on the Till Mets Do Us Part podcast, which dropped today. And that's John Saponaro, Matt Ibanez. And they interviewed Ty Kelly, former infielder. That's IF for short, Anthony. So they interviewed Ty Kelly, and I think they kind of dove into this, and that was great of them to do so. But now there's more details coming out about Matt Harvey. Now, this guy we've seen him get nosebleeds on the mound, and you would just think to yourself, oh, man, he's just full of rage. Well,
so Mets fans out there, raise your hand if you've ever posted a picture on Facebook or Twitter or Instagram saying, look how cool Matt Harvey is. He's pitching through a bloody nose. And now it all comes out that he was just a bender. He was doing mad cocaine the night before. And now he's got to go out there and just figure it out.
Don't get me wrong. 8 or 9 of the 9 starters on the 86 Mets, we're all doing this, including probably banging hookers in the clubhouse during the game. We've all read it and all heard about it. But this in 2020, whenever the hell he was doing it, 2015, whatever year it came out to be, like, this is alarming, dude. Like, and Harvey was coveted for a long time. The Dark Knight.
The problem here is
Jesus.
that, like, Matt Harvey was candy flipping at this point. He was doing uppers and downers because if he's out there, you know, with a coke issue,
booger sugar,
and I know that there was a painkiller issue going on, so
now
it's just like whatever you could get your hands on, man. He was balls to the wall. He was living that, I don't know if you want to call it a good life, but I guess that's the reason why he sucks now.
Well, Finney just said MLB is going to suspend Harvey 60 games, which immediately benefits whatever team he's pitching for. I mean, look, he did fall at the face of the earth. He kind of lost some skill. Maybe he lost his cocaine. Maybe that was his. Maybe that was his performance enhancing.
I mean,
drug.
at this point, with everything that came out in the Anaheim thing and him having to testify, I would imagine that he probably cleaned himself up going forward. Matt Harvey, I don't think he had a terrible year last year, all things considered. I mean, he's been really bad over the past couple, but last year, I think that he was pitching some decent games.
Oh, man. I love betting. I'm sorry, this is off topic. I love betting NASCAR. It's so fun. It's truly an underrated sport. Denny Hamlin, top 10s all the way to the bank. I can't wait for that to actually happen. We're going to be like, hey, listen, everybody, welcome to another episode of The Sauce. We're going to talk about Danica Patrick and her odds of winning the Daytona 500.
Danica Patrick doesn't race anymore.
Whatever, man. This goes to show you how much I know. But anyway, so the Matt Harvey stuff, it's tragic if it's an addiction, and obviously people have their problems. But the fact that the details are coming out now, and the fact that the commentators almost had an idea of what was going on, because like Keith Hernandez is one of the guys like, oh, he's just doing coke. You know, like it's a foregone conclusion. Listen, it sucks. It's not a good time to be Matt Harvey right now, especially with everything going on with the you know, the trial that's happening right now with the murder. Technically, I guess murder. I don't think it's gonna be called murder, but
no,
he did kill a guy. Technically, I mean,
no,
whatever.
I don't think that there's criminal charges pending as of now.
Harvey pitched to a 6.27 ERA last year and was 6-14 as a starter. Somebody get this man a line because he can't pitch anymore. Oh boy, rough sledding. I mean,
Ricky
sledding.
Henderson made the Hall of Fame on crack. So
Really?
yeah, come on, bro, Ricky.
I just tried to talk to him about defamation of character, and we're just throwing out there that Ricky Henderson.
Well,
was
if I'm going to
crackhead.
get sued for defamation of character, then they're not going to get much. A and B. I'm pretty sure that would be a win because then that means that we blew the fuck up.
Yeah,
Ricky
we went
Henderson
into the
got mad
courts
at
and
me.
we're like,
so I'm good with
we
that.
get our suits on and go.
I'll
into
take
the
that
courtroom.
L
I
all
like
day
it.
long.
I like it. Tim Rock Reigns, wonder why they call him Rock. You never know. All right. So now it's time to get into the fun stuff, because I think this is one of the greatest topics. I want to thank Cousin Vinny for this, because he put it up there yesterday in the Chop Sports Facebook group and the Chop Sports chat group as well. So the greatest sports villains of all time. There was a list, and I'll just go over the list real quick, but there was a lot of right? There was a lot of people saying, no, hold on, hold my beer. What about this guy? I'm just going to go over the list real quick. We can elaborate if they stand. Are you okay over there?
Yeah, keep going.
Are you well? Okay.
Oh, you got it.
All right. So it started off with Shooter McGavin.
Probably should have looked for my notes like 15, 20 minutes ago.
It's all right. Don't worry about it. Shooter McGavin, one of the greatest villains, sports movies villains of all time. Do you feel like that's justified? Yes, right?
No. I mean,
Shooter McGavin?
he was funny as hell. I wouldn't call him like a crazy villain. You know?
Listen to what I say.
I get it. He was, but greatest. Now we're putting him above some really, really good.
I'm not
sports
saying
villains.
he's like the
I'm not
top.
saying
I'm
he's the
saying he's
greatest.
on the list.
He's a villain. We'll say it's a good start.
Good
But
start.
like, there's definite better villains.
Okay.
Than that. No.
Drago, who's on there? Who's
I
a
mean,
poster boy.
Drago. That's the best Rocky by far.
Easily.
100%. I wish Drago would have also killed Rocky in the ring,
Jesus
along
Christ.
with Apollo. I'm the guy that does root for the
I
bad
was
guys
just gonna
typically in
say.
movies. Walking Dead, I wanted all the group dead. I wanted Carl gone. When Glenn got his head beat in, it was like one of the best moments. I was like, I could stop watching now.
No, au contraire. He's coming back with an eye patch.
Oh no, that was Carl.
Oh, Carl.
That was so brutal. When he got shot, I was like, finally, I could fucking put the show to rest. And then the next episode, I'm seeing Carl with an eye patch. It's like, this is a post-apocalyptic world. He got shot in the eyeball, and like
The
a week later,
infection
he's just
alone would
patched
kill him.
up, good to go.
Uh-huh.
Come on.
Come
on.
He's contracted for 2 more
Wearing
seasons.
Rick's fucking cowboy hat.
So-
Get off of it. They killed Shane. They should never have killed Shane.
I didn't watch the show. I stopped watching the show maybe after 2 seasons. Maybe I should have stayed. So here we go. That's one of them. Kyle, bear with me, because that's definitely one of them. Drago, Rachel Phelps, owner of the Cleveland Indians, now Cleveland
I was
Guardians.
thinking that too.
What?
The Major League?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She tried to ruin a franchise not once, but twice after buying it off of Roger Dorn when Dorn was broke and he couldn't make a payroll. So here comes Rachel Phelps. She's back, and she tries to literally ruin the Cleveland Indians from inside out, and they prove her wrong. They do everything, in their power to, we're contenders now. Uncle Lou, Coach Lou. It's just
Speaking of great baseball movies and villains, what about the guy that bugs Reggie Jackson in Naked Gun? Do we know who that guy is?
we must kill
What's his name?
the queen.
I'm just trying to insert this into all sports movie conversations.
Yeah,
because I do think it's
The guy with the
sports
fro, the little mini fro.
Yeah.
the bad guy.
movie. Yeah, the bad guy.
He's
the one that
so technically
the
he's
one
a
that
sports movie
falls
villain?
off the
And then
the
the
ramp,
marching band.
and the marching band stomps him, and then the steamroller comes and flattens him out like Roger Rabbit movie. Great scene.
Oh my God. Oh, it's so good. Bud Kilmer is on this list.
Who's that?
He is the head coach of the Coyotes of Varsity Blues.
Okay.
He's the one who practically killed the big guy. What the hell? I'm drawing a blank here.
Damn.
Billy Bob.
Damn.
Sorry, Billy
He's
Bob.
not- that guy's now skinny, right?
I don't know. Is he?
He did. He lost a lot. He got
Yeah.
like that stomach surgery and lost a
Lost
bunch of
like
weight.
400.
Damn. Yeah, that's what you were doing before. Oh man. I'll just go to the comments real quick just because they're funny. Shoot. Who would be the hold on. Hot take alert. Eddie Martel is a better option at quarterback for the Sentinels than Shane Falco. Better arm, better clutch situations. See, Eddie Martel did make this list as a fill-in. But we'll talk about that in a second. Who would be the bigger villain in Happy Gilmore? Shooter or the gator that got Chubb's hand? That's a toss-up.
I mean,
Oh, yeah.
Shooter.
The gator becomes friends with Chubbs in heaven. So Shooter.
Yeah,
100%.
like 100%.
Ah, Happy. I
And
got
the,
my
and
hand
the
back.
villain's dead. Like they already, Chubbs has his head, doesn't he?
Back to the Eddie Martel thing. Eddie Martel was a piece of shit when he was yelling at the deaf tight end. Right? He gets in his face. He's like, go, and he like slaps him in the face. I'm like, this mother. Like, I was so mad at that. So back to Bud Kilmer. Yeah, he almost killed Billy Bob, and he didn't care. He was injecting what's his guy? Paul Walker, God rest his soul, with injections all season long to keep him upright. And then the doctor's like, I'm surprised he didn't tear his knee sooner, and Bud Kilmer's like sitting there like, John Voight with that. Like, oh, is it me? I don't know what the hell you're talking
I
about.
got a good one. I got a good villain.
Go.
I'm getting crazy Eastern European vibes out of this Drago picture that
Uh-huh.
I'm staring at. What
Uh-huh.
about Skeetovich? Skeetovich.
The former
The former
acupuncturist?
acupuncturist / dodgeball
Lady
legend.
in red.
Skeetovich. She's my sports villain because she actually infiltrated my actual real life and ruined 6 months of it. Hope she's listening.
We replaced her with another blonde, but she's a little better, right? I mean,
Thanks.
Skeetovich did nothing for us except complain.
Yeah.
And
still aggressive.
yeah, she asked me if I was leaving
She was like
bad
Rocky.
reviews.
She was like Drago's wife.
She was like, "Are you leaving bad reviews on my Google reviews?" I was
Well,
like,
lady,
"No,
As a
but
matter of fact,
great idea. If
that is a
anybody
great
wants
idea.
to get after that."
Let's see. White Goodman, WHITE, right? He's
Oh,
got to be up
yeah.
there. Dodgeball.
Mr. Schwackhammer from the thumbnail.
That is the thumbnail,
Bro.
which I didn't know his name.
Is that Mr. Schwackhammer? Yes, it is Mr. Schwackhammer.
So he's the one who took all the skills from
He's-
all the NBA
He's
players.
inspired by Jerry Krause, like the actual image of him, but the voiceover is Danny DeVito, who is
A legend.
a legend.
Yeah.
A legend in his
absolute
own
legend.
right. What about the Trash Man? I know
Trash
it's a TV
Man.
show, but another Danny DeVito reference where he slits Rickety Cricket's throat with a garbage can.
Falco's he's now Kyle's just going into the movie itself. All right. So Rudy Rudiger, good villain, holding back Vince Vaughn for potential Heisman Trophy. In that regard, yes. Our
And-
boy Sean Boyan came up with Rudy, and I'm like sitting there. As soon as I saw it, I was like Rudy, how the hell? How is Rudy a bad guy? But think about it.
Vinny, you're stealing my shine right now. We were literally, I have it written down. We were talking in
Yes,
I was
Vinny,
like, you
hold
know what
on.
we do? I like to go off topic a little bit when we get one of these topics.
Give me a
And
second.
who are the best real life
We'll
sports?
get into that in a second.
I have
But
several.
the Rudy one was surprising because he's got like a breaking and entering on his record. You know, he goes into the janitor's closet, and that's where he's sleeping, right? Then he goes and tries to illegally join Notre Dame by joining a booster, right? And then he's sexually harassing the girl to hang out with him, right? There's a lot of red flags with Rudy, and he was offsides according to a lot of guys in that last
I've
movie.
only seen the movie about half a time.
I still can't get over
so
that.
not really that well versed in Rudy, but Rudy's a pussy. So
Oh man, Tommy D. So that is on there. That two guys from that movie. All right, Gooch, I'll just ask you. Have you ever seen Necessary Roughness?
yes.
Okay, with Scott Bakula,
Sinbad.
Sinbad, it's time to party. Right.
Sinbad's
So that movie,
great.
honestly, and this is my family will hear this and they'll say, like, you know, he's got 80,000 top 5 movies. This is one of my top 5 movies. I grew up on this movie with Featherstone and Stonehands and that whole ordeal and Coach Wally Riggendorf. But the two heels, now I'm talking wrestling, the two villains from this movie are Dean Elias, the guy that's trying to prevent these guys from playing. That's why they're playing both ways, because Coach Gennaro had to fire or cut all these players that didn't make the grade because of this. And then Scott Bakula sleeps with the teacher. He gets a C. So that's Jason Bateman that gets the C, right? So Bateman's in that movie. This is where he starts. But then there's also Flat Top from that movie, the linebacker, the guy who's killing Paul Blake for like 8 sacks or whatever. He looked like Joe Burrow getting just bullied by the Titans.
I have a good Joe Burrow stat that I read earlier from courtesy of Paul Collardreau. I think that's pronunciation, right? First 16 quarterbacks to lose their Super Bowl debut never went back to the Super Bowl. So Joe Burrow, it's a shitty
I'm
time
sorry.
to
Well, that's it
be
for Joe.
forced into retirement, but it's over for you, bro.
There's
Yeah.
another one out there. Oh, the dog in Sandlot comes.
Yeah,
Your
the
dad's coming out there.
Beast.
That's a villain, the Beast. It's not a bad one either. What about the captain from Germany, Cool Runnings? That one's all right. It's not.
Sweet.
Chris Fink calls it. Jason Bateman's whole thing. This has been a quote that I use with my boy Slim forever. They're all arguing in Necessary Roughness in the locker room. And then Jason Bateman out of nowhere, he goes, "It's not his fault. The whole team sucks," right? And then Featherstone turns on. He goes, "Hey, bitch!" And that's when Sinbad says they gotta get out. They gotta go party. And then Flat Top punches Blake right dead in the mouth, and he goes, the line that was really funny. He goes, "If I wanted a little brother, I wouldn't have killed mine." It's such a crazy movie. There's other ones on here. Oh, Payne put up another one. Kevin O'Shea from the Little Giants.
Yeah.
Like, not Daniel O'Shea. Obviously, that's a little guy from the Giants, but like Kevin O'Shea, dude, literally like cut his own niece off the team.
Was this Al Bundy?
Yes.
Yeah.
cut his niece off the team. She goes out and now has an identity crisis after that. Doesn't know if she wants to be a football player or a cheerleader, which, by the way, so 2022 at this point with that movie. Oh, my God.
Dark.
Can we get to the real life sports
Still
villains
cancer
so I
from
could
Brian
actually
Song.
have something to say?
Scoop, you're terrible.
Yeah,
Was
we
there?
can't-
Wait, just roll off a couple more. Oh, Jack Parkman from Major League 2. That was another good one. Zeus from No Holds Barred, obviously. I mean, he was Hulk Hogan's opponent. What else? There was another one. Oh, man. Johnny Lawrence was in there. Clubber Lang was in there. Oh, what about Big Earn McCracken from Kingpin? You ever see Kingpin?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big Earn McCracken. The guy, the commercials that guy makes it now. He's like, I'm here for the kids. And he's just like looking right at the girls. Hilarious. Love it. Love it. Love it. So that's there's been a lot of guys came in. There was like 130 comments within the thread, but man, oh man, it was good. Dohan, that's Hawaii Mike coming in there. Kevin O'Shea is not a villain. Dude just wants to win football games.
If we wanted to take a turn towards fake sports, I know, don't get offended, or sports entertainment, we'll call it. Any heel wrestler, right? When
It's
Hulk
not a
Hogan
movie.
turned NWO, yeah, I know, but we're transitioning. I'm trying to make the transition into real life,
Real life.
real
Okay,
life. So we're going half real life with wrestling, and then
Okay.
now we're there.
Vince McMahon.
Vince McMahon. Okay, so
Come
now
out of here.
real life sports villains.
Real life.
Who do we
sports
got?
fans.
My number one real life sports villain. Probably at the moment right now, it's probably Jake Paul, right now.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, he's
But
got to be
over
up there.
over the course of history, there's probably some crazy ones if we could really get down into it.
I mean, Tyson. Like, not everybody loved Tyson. If you
Well,
didn't like Tyson,
if
he was
you're,
a big
it's like
piece
you
of
could
shit.
say Mike Tyson. If he's the best one out of all boxing history
Bit
because it
dude's
was
ear off.
he
Like-
bit off Evander Holyfield's ear twice. Didn't he do it twice? You know, like, what a psychopath.
Jerry Jones, according to Tommy D. Yeah, sure.
I can't even quote. I want to, but
John Rocker on the
just
Braves.
go on the Mike Tyson's top 10 moments, crazy moments on
We
YouTube.
did. This
and-
is our second Mike Tyson reference of the day. First it was spinal, and now it's biting ears off. But Jerry Jones is listed here. Floyd Mayweather as the biggest heel. I guess then you could say Conor McGregor.
yeah, Connor,
Yeah,
Floyd.
Conor.
Baseball. We got A-Rod, Bonds, Clemens. Who's
Nobody
now?
likes A-Rod.
Who would take the cake now?
That's the thing. There's a lot of likable baseball players right now. So it's like, who do you hate? I want to say, or who does the masses hate? Like, it's one thing you don't like Bryce Harper, but not everybody doesn't like Bryce Harper. I would say Any Met? No. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think there is like a villain in baseball right now. Maybe like Tatis, Trevor Bauer.
Trevor Bauer. Okay, that's a good one. I like that. But again, he was, Grayson Allen. How about that? Chris Payne coming up with that one.
Yeah,
He's
anybody
of
from
garbage.
Duke. Kyrie
Kyrie
is
big enemy.
He's definitely a
James
big villain.
Harden is a villain right now.
Yeah,
Anywhere else but Philly.
Josh Hamilton can't stop beating the shit out of his family. which
Josh
is not
Hamilton
funny,
sucks.
but he's a douchebag. Any
Ruggs.
Astro, Carlos Correa.
What's the little guy?
Altuve.
Altuve. The little guy. You should put Altuve underneath your hand, by the way. Save that picture for the next time we want to talk about Altuve.
I got him
man.
go lower.
Manny Machado. How about that?
No, I love Manny Machado.
Yeah, see, I do too. I like him too. He's like, it reminds me of like a younger A-Rod,
Kurt
Yeah.
Schilling's a good one. Piece of shit.
but he's not active.
Yeah, still a piece of shit. What about NFL?
How about the whole Knicks team?
NFL, we could say Aaron Rodgers is like a kind of a pseudo
How
villain
about
because
Ruggs?
people. It depends. Henry Ruggs.
Henry
No,
Ruggs
he's-
may
we
or
didn't
may
say
not have killed
felon,
somebody.
we said
Definitely
villain.
killed somebody. Yeah, I mean, look, if you want to go into the NFL, you could be treading very close to
Rich Dalrymple.
Every
Jerry
player
Jones.
that's beat their wives or girlfriends.
Yeah, all those Ray Rice, all those. I mean, he's I guess paid his Mike Vick when he
Aaron
was doing his thing.
Hernandez.
Aaron Hernandez, who's dead now. Shout out to
This is such a dark episode.
it is,
We
bro.
covered
You-
very
you did
weird
this.
things. I
You went to
didn't do
real
it.
life villains.
I didn't do it.
It was funnier when we were doing the fake life villains. Fake life villains.
Now
I,
I'm
movie
just,
villain.
I just
sad.
watched like 4 movies in my entire life, so I can't sit here and talk in depth about Necessary Roughness, which is a great movie, but I haven't seen it for 12 years. Fuck.
Stimmy Butler. How about Stimmy Butler?
That's fucking good.
I love him.
Bro, Stimmy OG is one of our favorite people on this thing. Sam Grasso coming in very dark. Oh, Mahomes' brother. Dude,
Yes.
Oh, did you guys
top
see?
of the list.
Did you guys see
that?
the beef at the game yesterday? They
Yes.
were at the Texas Tech basketball game, and Patrick Mahomes leaned over to his fiance, is his name Brittany,
Yeah.
and was like, said something. You couldn't really read his lips, and she got like pissed off and dejected. He turned and was like, I'm done talking to you now. And then she turns and he said to stop with the resting bitch face. Right? You could read her lips clear as day. So there's trouble in paradise.
The
Hopefully
best thing
I mean,
that
she
kid,
does
the
have
best
resting
thing
bitch
Patrick Mahomes can do this offseason, A, stay healthy, B, excommunicate your brother, get rid of him, just you're not brothers anymore, and C, dump this broad. Get rid of her. That is no good for him because she is out of her mind.
She does.
She
have one
reminds
hell
me
a
of
bitch
so many
face.
people that
There's
I know.
a picture of him in high school with her where he's just sitting there looking miserable. And the caption, I got to find it. 'cause it's
Urban
hilarious.
Meyer,
Urban
real
Meyer,
life
yeah.
villain right now. Yeah, I would
Bill
say so.
Belichick.
Oh my God, Bill Belichick, 100%. More movie villains was more fun. Now we're just calling back OJ and Caruth. The movie villains was more fun for me. What about Jean Girard? Isn't that Ricky Bobby, the opponent for
Yeah.
Talladega Nights? Terrible villain right there. Oh my goodness. The Water Boy. What about the coach from the Water Boy? Guy steals his playbook and he just sends.
I mean, it's not that bad. It's like there's guys that we're talking about that have murdered people in the movies and shit like that. And like, not that bad.
Oh man, Joe Burrow, Reggie Miller. That's a good one. I like that one. Oh, they're married. I
Tom
thought they were
Brady.
fiance.
Trapped
According to
since high
Bailey, he
school.
says that he's trapped. I mean, he's not trapped. I mean, anybody could just.
No, I don't think that they're
That's it.
married. I do not think that they're married.
They had a kid. I know that.
Wait, Pat Mahomes as a kid?
Yeah. With
Pretty
her.
sure they're married.
I don't know. Who cares?
I'm
Actually cares.
almost
That-
willing to bet that they're not married.
That's not a permanent.
I
thing
mean,
for
I'm sure
anybody these
Bailey
days.
wouldn't have come in here and said they're married if he didn't think they were married.
Well, I'm not saying that he doesn't think they're married. Like clearly he thinks they're married, but I'm saying that they're not. Is somebody getting on this right now?
Scoop, you're terrible, bro.
That's dark.
All right.
You're such a piece of shit, bro.
I don't even know what he's talking about.
I the one that took out the player. Oh my god. That was a good one. You broke me on that one. Last week was Tommy with Land Ariel, and this week it's Scoop.
I'm right.
Engaged, not
Dave.
married. There it is. Boom,
What
done.
was I?
You were. Oh, damn it,
Tell Danny.
Damn it.
Tell your brother Danny so when he's listening later he could hear it.
Coach. You were right.
Thanks, Dave.
What was that? Robert De Niro. What?
Jake LaMotta.
Oh.
The
Go
Raging
say last
Bull?
night the driver of the car that hit him. That's so funny. Dude, all right, off the rails we go once again. But a great show nonetheless. I want to thank everybody for watching this show. I also hope and encourage you guys to like the video. Please do that on YouTube, not the post that you're seeing on Facebook or not the post you're seeing on my Twitter or anywhere else. On YouTube, like the video. Just as a thumbs up. That's all it is. You just click it. And then it says sign in. And you're like, yeah, sign in. And then you sign in. And what's that? You don't have a Gmail account? It's 2022. Get a Gmail account. And then like the video after that. But yeah, so we covered a lot today. There was some good, some bad, some happy, some ugly, but that's sports, baby. So tomorrow, is it Friday? No.
Yeah, we got Kyle. You're coming.
Kyle
tomorrow,
coming in
bro.
tomorrow?
I'm forcing his hand. He's coming.
And we got
Okay.
Don't be a
UFC.
So
bitch.
back to the hot seat goes Kyle. Last week went 4-1, 3-1 on the hot seat. That means he's going to try to pick 4 games in 4 minutes.
Well, we got to see what the slate is.
We do. Yeah, I don't even know what
Because
the NBA
I'm
slate
sure
is. We'll have
Friday
to look.
slates are usually pretty jam packed.
Okay.
At least 7 or 8 games. So
Jackson Storm from Cars 3. Oh god, now it's like now we're getting animated in this. All right. Well, in any event, thank you guys for watching today. For Sturch and Gooch, of course, and of course Dina, and of course A4 Anthony the intern is here as well. We appreciate you, and we'll see you next time, aka tomorrow.
wait, there's no NBA games?
No NBA.
All-Star-
games?
All-Star weekend? Are we there already?
Oh my god, yeah.
Yeah. So I
Oh,
guess
boy.
Kyle takes the over. I guess. All right.
We'll figure that out.
Spoiler alert.
Thanks. Okay.
All right. Peace.